You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. All of this brouhaha, Republicans are calling for Congresswoman Maxine Waters to be censured, removed from Congress. You got that nutcase out of Georgia. She claims she's going to put forth this deal. The New York Post is talking about, oh my God, how bad she is. I mean, Eugene, I'm really sick and tired of these fake. This fake outrage of the folks on the right looking for anything and everything. And now the latest is Maxine Waters, Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
Listen, if Kevin McCarthy wants to censor people, he needs to start with half of his caucus. He needs to start with former President Trump. He needs to start with half of the Trump team that's operating with former President Trump right now. If that's the route he wants to take, he's going to open up his entire half of his caucus, at least half of his caucus, to censorship. Or impeachment or removal from committees. It's not a path that he wants to go down because he want to take this out of context. There are actual things that like the actual violence, like the actual death. I mean, look, this is the Blue Lives Matter caucus. There were blue lives that were lost as a result of words of members from his caucus. So if that's the route he wants to take, so be it.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I'm just sort of laughing when I watch these fools, Avis, because if you really want to talk about some comments being made, it's a long line of hacks on the right.
Absolutely. I mean, hypocrisy might as well just be the middle name of that party, the grand old hypocrisy party. I mean, that's what I'm going to start calling them right now. It is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you don't have to look that far back when you might recall someone who later ran for president, ran an entire ad in the New York Times saying that young boys who were accused of a rape that they didn't commit should basically be murdered, right? You don't have to look far back for that. And I don't hear anybody looking back and castigating the former person who resided at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue as in any way being wrong for doing that among this ilk. So they are forever doing this, number one. Number two, in terms of being hypocrites. Number two, the bottom line is Congresswoman Waters remains someone that they have a unique level of disdain for. A lot of this, to me, has to do, obviously, with her boldness, her bombasticness, her unapologetic blackness. But I think a lot of it also has to do with the fact that she is a Black woman. And they cannot stand, they literally cannot stand to see a free Black woman who is willing to speak her mind. The reality is she said nothing that won't happen. We all know that if this particular decision goes the way that it might go in terms of letting this murderer get away with murder, there will be protest. That's not a grand revelation. But once again, they want to sort of drag her name through the mud, claiming that she's doing something wrong, which last I heard, even a congressperson has First Amendment rights, and she's within her rights to express her opinion.
Julian?
Don't mess with Max. That's all I have to. Don't mess with Max. She is our shero. She is our role model and our leader. This is nonsense. If they want to throw somebody out of Congress, try that little Barbie doll from Georgia. I forgot her name. But anyway, I did remember it, but I'm not going to call it. But that's who you need to throw out of Congress. Maxine Waters has stood up for us over her entire congressional career. She has made it clear that you do not mess with Black people. She was out there when those police officers brutally beat Rodney King and were exonerated. And she's going to be out there as long as white police officers brutally beat Black people and are exonerated. She was speaking into the realm of possibility. If Chauvin is acquitted, folks going to blow. She said, as Ava said, she just spoke our reality. I mean, I will take my over 65-year-old behind to the streets, behind that one. And I've been in the streets in a little while. And a lot of other people will. This is an absurdity that the defense is trying to make this case of, oh, well, maybe he had a big heart. oh, maybe he did this, maybe he's, smelled the exhaust pipe. She just said what Black people are thinking. This cannot happen. Don't mess with Max.
All right, folks, back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.